Go right ahead. What's that? 100%. Right up there. Off the horn.
So I'm Karen Hansen-Fritz, and I'm Lima's town historian, a job that I absolutely love. And I was the one that started this plaque project, but I couldn't have done any of it without Louise from the Livingston County Economic Department. She was amazing. She helped me. She reread and proved, and she was absolutely wonderful throughout the whole thing. It started in 2024. We got a grant. I don't know if it's kosher to say how much the grant is. It probably isn't, but I'm gonna, because I think it's amazing that 5 plaques cost $5,000, and that is a lot of money. So, I mean, what a contribution we have given to Lima. The first year we got 5 plaques, $1,000 each, and they were for the American Hotel, the Masonic Hall. I always want to call it Masonic Temple. The Stanley Exchange, Don's Centennial Fire Hall. Is that 5? I think so. Oh no, Coffeetown. Coffeetown also. I don't see Maria here, which is too bad, because the history of Coffeetown is so interesting with the Beetle Brothers store. It was known far and wide, and I know the museum has boxes of clothes, I mean, untouched in there. It would make such an incredible exhibit. It really would. It's amazing. And so then I applied for another grant in 2025, got $5,000 more, but the price had gone up in that year, which isn't surprising. And so we got 3 bronze plaques this time, and we got the plaque for the fire department here. I always used to walk by here and think, what's the story with the truck? I mean, it's just here in the window. So and then when I contact Dick Gary, he was like, oh, we want a sign, we're working on it. So it was just like perfect. And he was a great help too with writing this plaque here. So I really want to thank the building owners, Tom and Kathy Reynolds. Where's Tom go? There's Tom. Maria and Dan, is it Dan from Coffeetown? The people from the American Hotel. She's here and she's going to talk. She's the new owner. It's wonderful.
Nice to meet you.
The lawyer couldn't be here, the law office. Dennis and Elaine Lackus, they own the Wee Shop. And
Richard Jerry couldn't be here for standing.
yeah, Andy Luff for the fire department. And what was your name?
It's Eric, TW, and John Sean out of the Masons.
From the Masons. Wow. So thank you all for coming, and thank you for allowing us to put that plaque up. Because these buildings really do have stories. It's hard to imagine people actually living in them long ago, just like we're living here now. It's hard to get a grasp of that. But all these stories are in these buildings, which I think is amazing. And it was so interesting doing the history of these buildings and finding out how people lived and what they did with the buildings. And the building owners were such a great help with their stories and telling me what they know about the buildings. One more thank you to Fran. She proved all of them to make sure gates were right, blah, 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 even though we went over them many times. But Fran is a wealth of information, and she is a gem in this community. So let me just check my notes, see if I got everybody. I think I did. That's it. So today we're going to go and we're going to walk around the buildings and look at the plaques, because this really is about the buildings and the plaques, and to celebrate Lima's history, which it really is. There's a lot here. So thank you, everyone. Oh, absolutely, Louise.
So I'm from County Economic Development, and part of economic development is the downtown. So I have been in charge. I've been actually the downtown coordinator for the last 20 years, and I am retiring soon. But part of downtown and what makes downtown so exciting is public art. And I see these the plaque, part of the art. There's three stories that go around the town. And the fourth thing was on the building. Tell the story. So thank you for spearheading this. And the village and the town both pay in part of the downtown park, so that's part of where the money came from. So just wanted to give a little background.
Yeah, that's great. And, you know, I think it's so important too, like when visitors come to Lima, there's, you know, they can walk around the buildings and read the stories, so it makes it interesting, and maybe stop and spend some money in, you know, cafes, and when the American Hotel reopens, and so stop in the wee shop, and so thank you. And I think John wanted to say something.
I just wanted to recognize you for the little things that people don't recognize that you do. Thank you for the town for bringing you on board to dig through the totes and the boxes and finding the little tidbits of Lima history that we see on social media from time to time. And you know, it brings a sense of enlightenment and knowledge that helps Lima be a travel destination and encourage economic development. But you know, the little things that you do, the pictures in the front of town hall in the lobby area, you know, showing the timeline and what the buildings were back then and what they are now, and the owners and the occupants and what they sold, helps us create a vision, you know, for what it was like 100 years ago or more. So thank you for taking the time to do the little things. It's rare that leaders have someone come to us and say, I need something or I want something, versus I got something to do for you and I can handle it. And 2.5 years ago, when you presented the village and myself with this opportunity, I thought, okay, what do I need to do? Nothing, not a darn thing. You handled it and held the ball and walked it through, not just once, but twice. And the detail to attention on the editing of each individual plaque, that when you stand and read those plaques, it puts you right there. It puts you right there in history. So an immense level of gratitude from all of Lima on behalf of the village board. Thank you.
I will tell you, the plaque I've opened up this bay more times than ever. Some people start reading that plaque, and if I happen to be here or something, I see them all read. Yeah, hopefully go in and see the truck. So absolutely drawn attention to it, and we love it. So.
Good. And the plaque is right out here if we want to go around and take a look at it. It's really well done. And that was Dick Terry who did that.
Yes, it is.
Yep. We just helped him with design and things like that.
He came out with the first edition, a couple of us worked it, and worked on everything. I will give him a full credit on that one.
Great job. Thank you, Andy, for
Of
putting
course.
this.
So are we walking around now?
Yeah, now we're going to walk around so we can go look at the plaque here, and then we'll go down to the American Hotel.
You like fail out of work. Kelly, are you good with your umbrella being where it is? And
Yeah.
need any adjustments over?
So far.
A little more on top of you. Okay.
I think I'm all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
If any adjustments or tweaking, let me know.
Will do. Thanks. It's new, so I'm getting used to it.
What's behind you?
Excuse me.
You know what's strong dust comes, John? You're going to roll away.
This is my mom.
Again?
Yeah. Now I heard that
Outstanding. I'm so proud of your wife. She brings a level of knowledge and education that I hope to have every day I learn something new. I was in an architectural drafting when I was a kid in high school, and I always loved and old buildings. When I became a plumber, I started doing older models.
I can't tell. I thought that was quite nice.
And items like old faucets and cut-off valves, we had to fix them. And I learned how to raise brass and isolate, you know, and put it back away.
Oh no, you're fine. Thank you though.
Somebody said that you do an open house of the lot. A lot of people would be interested in going through it. Louise, okay.
We work together on the front of your building.
11 years ago. People would come out, they're going to help you. I'm like, yeah. Tell me more.
I love that.
Yeah, I've lived there my whole life up there.
I love that. Yeah, I love the whole story.
Fire department owns it. More office spaces. I know. The best thing ever when we approach them. She's stuck talking to TW.
Yeah, she's gonna talk a little bit. But if you haven't seen the plaque, there it is up there.
I can.
Take a picture of it.
Do you want me to take it for you, and then it will be closer, or are you? Oh no, that's okay. I'm live broadcasting actually. Oh, okay.
Dave Chagall reached out to me on Facebook last night.
It's just all the different drafts. I always felt bad. Like, you take your time to make it. Exactly.
Golf can.
Here they go.
500 yards.
I'm happy what here.
I own the green building. The green building. I own the building. I live upstairs and I rent it downstairs. My grandfather started downstairs.
You want to come up and sing stuff? I'm so sorry. I just didn't want to be rude there. Beth McCabe is that name, yes.
That's a while back. So we've been in there for over 100 years.
Owner of the American Hotel, Beth.
Brendan is my partner in crime here. He's at his alumni night at Niagara University. We'd love to be here with you all. Representative was honored. Decorated. It's been amazing during this process. It might be peeking in there. You can see we're doing some cleaning. Stripping teams who are doing all the little things. She really needs some help, so that's what we're putting her lipstick on and, getting her all beautied up. But we'll be changing. That's really the big question people have. Are you going to be making for something else or changing the way this looks? The answer is absolutely no. Brendan and I love history. We got our second date here. I loved history and historical buildings. He grew up in town, always on weekends. He's out in here. Our little, I call it our table, is right around the side over there. And then 2 years later, we were in a space where we were able to buy her, which is still, I still wake up in the morning, I'm like, she's mine. That's a crazy thing. Like I said, we're honored. We know the building really belongs to the community, and we hope to do it justice. And we're looking forward to welcoming you guys. Hopefully by the end of the summer. That's our plan.
Great. Thank you for buying.
Yes, thank you so much.
You too. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Okay, the next building is Coffee Town. This is where the Beetle Brothers store used to be. They used to, at one point they had 12 salespeople. That's how busy it was. And this right here is actually part of the building, this room here. Wow. Pretty cool.
We found the doorway and I was looking for that. I'm like, there's gotta be a doorway.
Well, these big wide windows are new. They used to be the smaller windows, and there was actually, if you look, there was a door on the front over there.
Yes, that's only once that the women went through that door. Well, that's good to know.
Yes, they had separate doors for men and women, and the women went through one door and the men went through the other.
Did he tell you the window story? No. Well, apparently, at one point, they sold cigars here, they had a cigar lighter in the front here, that story. And apparently that exploded, and it blew a hole in the side of the building, and since there was already a hole in the side of the building, they decided to make this window much bigger. So that is my gas, exploding gas window story.
And just across the street used to be a cigar manufacturing store in Washington, so on the second floor. So maybe that's where they got the cigars from.
Not only that, but the
Yeah, the little
Masons,
case, if you can see it right there, I'm so sorry. The little case right there is where they used to sell the regular cigar.
Oh, yeah.
the Masons used to have their meetings here before that building was built.
When was that?
Up until 1865 till 1866. I don't remember how many years it was, but it was for a little while, because we kept burning down our building. So we had to meet somewhere in there. This was our last location before that.
Thank you so much.
Sorry about
Yeah, the yellow one. I expect to see you. We also used to meet at one point
I expect to see you more often now.
Well, I'm always in here.
back over there. That one when the government the military together, I heard from
Oh, I should have said that.
they can perform weddings and stuff.
Kathy, do you want to say something about your children? You in town? No, I have nothing to say. Tell me
So we reapplied and we got back in. And we reapplied
Now this is 7308 East Main Street, and this belongs to Tom and Kathy Reynolds. They actually live upstairs. I hear they have a gorgeous apartment up there. Oh, and this building is not ready to just buy a building sometime soon. Somebody will rent it. It's a beautiful building. You sure you don't want to say okay. Tom is a Reynolds, who obviously owns American. Any questions or anything? Any comments before me? Okay. But it was warmer this morning.
So it'll be under the Village of Lima. Yeah. Okay, that way they can pay for it. It'll be well between. However,
Oh yeah? Right, yeah. What is up with all the fires in the 1860s? Right. Yeah, I remember. When it,
And then I found out that so they used to buy the building right here from somebody that should be gone. And then we lived there, we lived upstairs for 100 years. And in the building.
I know I've always been impressed with the floor. I guess that's what it was like.
Yeah, they over 1981. How long were they open? And then his father died recently. When he got out in 1950, he changed it. I don't know how this little used to be.
Even now, it's like now.
Every day. In fact, you're on the close here, basically. Yeah, half a day on Wednesdays. That's what I like. It's not one of those that you know. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Yeah, I know how they did it. Next generation is too lazy to go on and work out the fire.
And then they get disappointed because their kids didn't want to take it over.
Oh, my boy. They never special.
Older one. They realize.
No, I think they knew. I worked there for a few years. I wasn't going to pick it up. Yeah. Well, so, but they did okay. Well, you know what made their retirement easier? They had my father had a place. He was a stock. And my mother and father invested in the 50s. Well, So well, they made the retirement easier, you know. And then, well, when they retired, nothing. Go somewhere. No.
Maybe you can take over for Jimmy Kimmel now that the president, the president should I've been here my whole life. Good, how are you? No, I told you, been a what? 2 or 3 days? Cleared everything out. What I wanted to do. It's been really good ever since. Good event.
So Dennis, I'm not going to be specific with the dates. When, the country and your town are not turning 250 and right in the same,
Trying to get this
And this is Elaine Lakis, and her family has owned this building. And Dennis, her brother, over 100 years they have served this community. The Candy Kitchen, which was sounds like a wonderful place to stop. And then Pete's, the Lima sandwich shop. That is so beloved. Like people, maybe in their 70s, remember coming here, working here in high school. Everybody was here on Friday night with the jukebox. It sounds like just a lovely place. And your father was amazing. Everybody thought so highly of him. So she's going to say a few words about her and Dennis's story.
Right, so I'm Elaine, also known as Dennis's sister, because most people know Dennis and they don't know me, so just in case you don't know. Yes, our grandparents, our father's parents, bought the building, or first rented it, I guess, in the early 1900s, and I'm okay. Karen just said at first it was a candy kitchen. Upstairs was a pool hall for those residents. I don't know when, do you know when our grandparents switched it over? But
yeah, when we bought the building,
when they bought it.
1923.
Okay. So it was first a pool hall, and then they needed a residence where they lived for a long time, and that's where Dennis and I grew up. In the early 50s, they redecorated the outside to have the Carrera glass, and also painted the windows, picture windows. And my mom saw that it was going on, and she said, "Oh no, I want it upstairs too." So the windows upstairs were like those across the street. And in fact, there was a picture of my mother in her wedding dress in front of windows like that, and it was right up there. And I said, "Where was this taken?" Before we had the picture window. So also at the inside too. You can see that this is what it looked like up until they decorated or they redid it in the early 50s. And as the parents said too, it was King Pete's and King Restaurant where regular customers would come in all the time. It was very busy before the freeway because of 5 and 20, but then it wasn't. And it was a wonderful place to grow up. I mean, Dennis and I, we always had to work here because we couldn't get a job anywhere. We couldn't get a job anywhere. Let's get a job anywhere. And it was the hangout. In the 40s, 50s, it was the place where Dennis's classmates, my classmates, would come here for fries and Coke after school. And it was also known that my parents were very sweet and generous. When I was after a wait or whatever, I had the key, and players and us would go inside. I would heat up the grill, and we would have hamburgers and milkshakes and stuff. And my parents, such generous souls, it was okay because there were no drugs involved back then, and there was no alcohol involved. So we just had. Well, there was, but we Yeah, we don't
Not
go
your-
there. Yeah, well, no.
Just not in the store. Well, we'll just skip that
We had a couple of wayward friends, but that's okay. You know, what are you going to do? So it was just a wonderful place to grow up, a wonderful place to be part of the community, and we are just thrilled that you're honoring and celebrating our building. Because it was just, like I said, I'm still, even though I live in Wickenwood, I've been away for a long time. I love coming back here. So thank you very much.
I just want to say one thing. This is considered the old, they think this is the oldest building in Lima. It is brick underneath the rest. So they think it's the oldest building, which is pretty cool because it has the most modern front. Oh, and the floor inside too is still the
Yes, the child is the original.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And also, we want to give a thanks to George and Frank Johnson. So when we got the grant, because a couple of the tiles were damaged, and they helped Dennis source the tiles. So that's right. Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Thank you, Elaine. And thank your family for all that they have done for us. Thank you. Thank you, Dennis, and thank you. Okay, now we're going to go to his office. He couldn't be here. He had a family schedule. Okay, thanks for coming, guys. This is a beautiful renovation that they did. I think he said he bought the building in 2007. George, is that about right? 2007, he bought this building. And the interesting thing about this building is the basement, and I've yet to be in it, but this has always been some kind of meat store. I'm sure something else too, but a lot of meat stores. And in the basement, not only did they have their own well, they had their own smoking oven, and they used to have like caves, I don't know what you call them, that used to go out and they went under the road. But when they did the road over, the state, they covered those over. And I think a lot of the buildings had those. But I've heard from people, this basement is amazing. I love it. The whole office has done a great job. If you want to see the plaque.
Right here, Mike. When we first got married, and it's also that
No, that's I don't get to dress up anymore. I have so many clothes. I love them.
Oh, that was like my mom retired a couple years ago. She's like, I'm ready to come fit. I know where to
And
go.
I'm still buying shoes on why. I wear like, I'm always out in yarn all the time.
Place short.
Yeah, it is. That's right. Where's Don? All right. This beautiful building has been renovated by Don and Jenny. I don't know why I can't remember this. Don, do you want to say something about the building and your renovation? Because this is another beautiful building.
I was afraid you were going to do something like this. Yeah.
Well, I sent you an email.
I didn't prepare a speech.
That's all right.
Denny and I probably owned the building for 26 years.
Oh,
21.
right.
21. And,
Don, come a little closer.
and obviously we're a steward. What it says on the plaque is, you know, to the best of our knowledge. You know, so it started off as a dry goods store, and it was put inside the village for the firehouse, and went out of commission and went through a couple different folks, And by the historical society, So the historical society purchased from the village. Actually, a friend of mine purchased it from the historical society, and then there was a exhibitor in between there, and then we purchased it. This is where the buses live, so I kind of have a Volkswagen bus fetish. And let's see. To my knowledge, there was a time capsule behind the 1879. This is not the original center column because it had bay doors. But I think that when they took out the center column and put in the header, then that would allow for the bigger truck. So there was a time capsule behind that, and the contents were mysteriously lost.
Maybe one. No, there it is.
Yeah.
Martha said they're at the museum.
Are they?
I don't know what the contents of the box.
Yeah.
Don't think that there's a lot.
So all the money is gone. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So so we've just slowly over time, trying to bring it back to something that would make it really sense.
The fire hall got too big to fit in there, so we had to take the wire everything out of the back to get to the bumper so it could fit, and then there's a hole in the back wall, so the ladder, when they put the wire coming in, the ladder would go through a hole in the back.
There used to be a building too on the side. If you see some old pictures, there was a wooden like garage or something, probably a fire engine.
The volunteer fire department, they had a pool table upstairs, but there's little like burn marks around from the cigarettes and all the firefighters.
If you stand back, you can see the arches, the brick arches from the original doors. And there were like a couple sets of doors that were on there.
I've got somebody. Hey, here's
It's a beautiful building.
Yeah, we love it.
What would be
All right.
when we
Thank
get
you.
this time?
Everyone happy?
So-
The plaque. Thank you.
Oh,
Call me next week, and I will give you, I will make sure, you give me your contact information, actually email me your contact information. Oh, go ahead. All right.
And I don't think anyone knows that Gary isn't here. The Stanley Exchange, which is an amazing building. I just posted this past Monday some pictures of like the third floor, which used to be a big ballroom, and people used to write their names on the wall. And that famous baseball player from Lima, okay? And okay, his signature is up there. Oh, amazing. And there's some old wallpaper, and it looks like it's hand painted. It's just beautiful. And there was, in the bottom, there used to be a oyster bar. I don't know why. There was another one over here that there used to be a gorgeous lady that was the post office, and they tore that down, unfortunately, to the gas station in the 30s. And they used to have oysters over there, too. It's so far away from the sea. And what is it? I don't know why they like oysters.
I don't get it either.
I don't, maybe it was like a fast
Have you been down in the basement?
It's very interesting. So
Don's been down in the basement.
yes, I've been down in the basement. So when we were working on our building, Dick Gary Sr. would always,
Right, and he had a built all about our office here.
Yeah, so he would do his periodic review, and then he'd always tell us. So then we went down to the basement, and they raised the street. They raised 5 points. So storefront windows. Yeah, that's underneath this, so like right below.
It's all still there.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, it's all still there.
Oh, they were there.
It's all still there.
Yeah, they had a flagstone store. It's really wild.
Did they have a lot of that's what I thought you were saying.
No. It's just interesting that there's like a whole other level below, you know.
Yeah, I do remember because there was quite a few buildings that had businesses below, and they're all gone because of
Just looking out at the.
They're interesting.
And also there's a ballroom
Yes,
on the top floor.
and there's a photography studio. If you go
Daguerreotypes.
around the back,
A
there's-
daguerreotype studio.
Yeah, they have a beautiful big window, and that window is for the photography to take his pictures. It's a north-facing window, and I'm so glad that's still there. Nice.
Plan might know, but I think it's the third floor ballroom is like spring loaded. They have like
It is new.
yeah, it's like a,
Is it brand?
I don't think it's spring loaded.
not
It was
spring loaded.
the Yellow Wasp.
Yeah.
The inn that was
Oh,
down
okay.
there.
All right.
That was spring loaded.
But if you go there, it's still, ballroom, run down.
Like you said, all the signatures are on there.
Signatures on the wall.
the
People
dance
change
card.
These buildings really do have so many stories. And it's nice to share them. I think people are interested,
I didn't realize there was a ballroom upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think I would
It's a
call it
time
a
capsule.
dance hall
It just-
as
Yeah,
opposed to
yeah,
a ballroom.
It's just
Yeah.
as it was.
Ballroom has a
When was it? It was a big ballroom, like dancing.
I think in the 20s, maybe 20s, 30s.
And it's still, it's never used.
No, it's a gigantic ballroom. Yeah. I mean, it needs some love, but right. A dance hall, whatever it is. Yes. Whatever they want to call it. To me, that's about it.
But that's just when I put that plaque on.
Well, his dad's off.
And one of the one of these offices, I think it was this one. It's really a cool building. They had it right there, his old area office.
You're okay. Thank you.
Umbrella.
Thank you.
That's very nice.
Maybe another project for here. Yeah, that's how many years? Yeah, because it's not. For the upper left, so they finally got the land and then COVID. Yeah, that's right. And then prices went up. Of it. Yes. But I think it was 8 years once they bought the building, then they had to wait and go through all because they didn't have the money. Doing anything these days, I had to go for gas on the way here. I think they said it went up 6 cents overnight. And then of course I was on E, so I just pulled into the first one right by the exit, which is like the most expensive. Right. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's gonna answer. These are from a Rochester archive.
The upstairs one too, maybe someone opened it yesterday or the day before. Oh, now I know where to go when I have something to solicit. There you go.
Now are you both gonna talk? Wait till.
I don't get that much.
No?
I'll do it.
Look at him.
Good, how you doing? Would have liked a warm day. It would have been great to have warm today. It would have been great
It's
to have
only May. What are you expecting?
But I remember
I was there at the grand
Hi, I'm Karen.
Hi, I'm Kelly.
Nice to meet you guys.
You too.
Yeah, we did.
Very level.
No.
I said something about it, but I guess it's down on the list. So I'm Walt Fritz, a physical therapist here.
I'm Kelly Doe.
Hi, Ken. Oh, it's nice to meet you.
You too.
Masonic Hall building built in 1866. The masons were leaving across the way with the American Hotel and Showdown. And it was completed. We bought the building. Now we sold the bottom 2 floors for $2,000 to various businesses. A lot of them are outlined here on the plaque. We had a cigar shop upstairs. We had 3 jewelry stores. There was a bookstore. The town of Lima met here for a while in the 60s, was it?
Yeah, and the library.
1960s, and the library was here.
Wow.
About 101 years after we sold the 2 stores. So in 1967, we bought them back for $17,000, which I think was a good return on our investment. But since then, we took over the second floor of the old cigar shop that used to be there, the cigar factory. In 1985 to 1986, the masons themselves redid all the work to refurbish it from a factory to it's now our kitchen and our dining area. We have a pool table up there from the 1800s. Still works. If anyone wants to buy it, we'll be happy to talk about it. You'll pay the shipping. Yes. But the carpet on the 3rd floor, we bought the carpet in 1866. It's the same carpet. So a 160-year-old carpet is on the 3rd floor. You can definitely tell where everyone walks versus where they don't walk. We have a Bible from the 1800s that we keep there. We had a lot of records and stuff. A lot of things were lost. Our particular lodge, we had 3 different fires in the 1800s. Lost a lot of records over the years, but since then we've tried to do a good job of keeping a hold of all our stuff. So we have a lot of old books and things like that to keep our history. But I'm thinking we should be doing a open house at some point. So I'd like to show people the inside, because we get to see it all the time. We're not as impressed anymore, but it is impressive stuff. So.
Walt, my husband, this is his office, and he opens it up. We renovated, well, kind of renovated. But we really did the ceiling. There's a beautiful old tin ceiling. We put 3 coats of oil paint on it. We restored there are a lot of holes in one spot. We restored that. But it's really a nice office. If you'd like to take a look, you're welcome to come in. Okay? Anything else from
Well, the Eastern Star used to meet up there too.
Yeah.
Because I remember they did Christmas parties and they'd have to do a calendar or whatever like that. So I remember playing the piano. Because my aunt was a member.
Lima's first phone exchange. It was in this building in 1890.
I think it was over in the
But there was one across where Tom and Kathy lived.
Yeah, in the pharmacy.
It was over there too. I don't know if that's the first one.
This is the operator.
Yeah.
The second floor, the next door, that's a green over the next one over, they said the operators, the handheld operators.
Oh no, I'll skip it.
You sure?
Yeah. Thank you though.
Have you been in this?
Oh, yeah.
It's too bad it's so close.